we have quite a number of doctors who have decided to have that open mind and buy this opportunity and help people in a bigger way. So it's very humbling to invite on call our doctors. I will start with one gentleman who came in about 2 years or so, and he has done tremendous job with the Neolife. He's not just a distributor in the company, but was able to go all the way to director level. So it means he took the opportunity and ran with it. And it's my pleasure to ask Dr. Malusi to be the first one to introduce himself before we even go further. Dr. Malusi, please. Dr. Malusi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you, PT.
Kindly introduce yourself first.
I hope. Yes, I have unmuted.
Go on.
Hello.
Go on, we can hear you, Daktari.
Yes, thank you very much, PT team, Pierre Josephat and Pierre Rose. I really appreciate the opportunity that you are giving us, the professionals, to talk to our distributors and our guests. So I would want to start by welcoming all the distributors and the guests who are on call this evening. As you have said, my name is Dr. Reverend Simon Malusi, a very excited member of this opportunity that is the Neolife. And when did I join, or how did I join? I did this opportunity on March 28, 2018. And this is after getting invitation from Fieros, and my contact had been given by my colleague called Morong. And I really did not embrace it, the first invitation. So I waited, and when there was persistence in invitation, I quarreled my friend, and he told me I go and listen. It is not a bad thing. So on the 28th of March 2018, I went, I listened. Obvious, I was very proud because being a medic, and when the speaker started talking about things to do with the health and so on, I just said, let me listen. After listening to the end, I discovered that I had a challenge, which actually I had undergone through the year 2017, where my daughter had been unwell, suffering from several areas, and we could not get what was really the problem with her. In spite of getting her being seen by my colleagues, very experts in different fields, continued to be unwell. Now, when I was told about the healthy part of this Neolife opportunity, I said, let me try and see what happens. So my main why was health. So the first month I used the products, the Provitality, because I wanted to be guinea pig for my daughter. And I felt very much relieved, very excited, and I found myself becoming more active. So for that reason, I said, yes, these products, let me now use them for my daughter, of which I used the products. She used them together with the conventional medicine that she was using. And by the end of the 2018, she was able to wake out of bed. She was able to start doing the calls in the house. And by May 2019, she was well to an extent that she was no longer using 2 crutches. By August, she even told us, me and my co-partner in the business, that is my beloved wife, Josephine, that she would want to leave because to leave our house because she had gotten better. And she said, so long as she stays in our house, we will not feel and see her as having gotten healed. So that is how I came in. But I came in after I'd worked in several hospitals, starting with the Kenyatta, our very referral hospital. Then I went to the college and told medical microbiology. Then from there, I joined the city council. I also was taken by the Nairobi hospital, after which I joined another private entity, which in the course took me to South Africa, where I did the much on endocrinology. This is a study of hormones, and particularly on the reproductive hormones. So when I reached my age to leave work with that entity, I joined other professionals. So currently, I'm working at Upper Hill Medical Center as a consultant in the area of IVF, which we normally call in vitro fertilization. I'm happy I've kept myself in the opportunity because despite the fact that my daughter has gotten well, in fact, she has even gotten a beautiful girl. So I am a grandpa of a beautiful girl. I noted that there were more opportunities rather than health by itself. So now I have remained because of wealth and very much anticipated lifestyle, which I should be joining the world team come 2021. But the monies I have started earning, so I'm very excited. When I became a director within 58 days, it was very exciting. So I started visiting some of the places which I had never visited, despite my position as a doctor. Why didn't I visit them? Because there was pocket anemia. The pocket was suffering. So now I've remained because I want to continue making my pocket healthy. Thank you very much. I think as far as introduction, please let me end there, and we shall continue as will be moderated by PT.
That's exciting and a very elaborate introduction. I'm lucky to have seen you when you are coming in, and for sure you've achieved a lot within a very short time, and we'll be getting to hear from you more beyond that introduction. For now, I'll go to Dr. Julia. Dr. Julia, unmute yourself. Good. Sorry, we are not able to see Julia. She has a technical hitch, but I hope you can hear us, Dr. Julia.
I can hear you.
Very well. You are also very clear. Kindly give us your introduction first, and then we will pick it up from there.
Okay. Hello, team. Good evening, all of you. It's an honor to be here to talk to you this evening. All our guests and distributors that are here, you are most welcome. My name's Julia Ouko. I'm a private medical practitioner. I practice in Nakuru. And I met this opportunity about 4 years ago, that is in January 2017, to be precise. I had been invited severally by several people, some whom I didn't even know. But one specific person whom I knew, a colleague, kept inviting me, inviting, until one day I decided, let me go hear what this is. So when I went to the presentation, they presented health. I did not hear much. They presented the lifestyle, which I did not hear. But when they started talking about money, I woke up because with the other two presentations, I had actually dozed. I wanted to know how this money is being gotten. So my why mainly was to get extra money. Because as busy as we are with our schedules every day, you just realize that the money isn't enough. There's always a deficit. The money ends before the month can end. So when I heard you can get some extra coins here, I decided to join. And that aim kept me in the business up till today. I am a mother, a wife, and I'm very excited to be here because Neolife is a very, very wonderful opportunity. You get into Neolife and you get so many things that you did not even bargain for. Because other than being a place to get healthy, you also nourish your pockets. And most of all, you get a family. Neolife is a family. So that has made me very excited to be in this opportunity. And here is where you can get as healthy as you would like. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Hello?
Thank you very much, Dr. Julia, for that introduction. Now, there's one thing you've mentioned, the two of you, and that is the reason why you are still in the business. For Julia, she says she made some money and discovered there is money here, and that's why she's still in the opportunity. Dr. Malusi had his daughter get well and decided to stick around, but it also seems like he's motivated also by money to stick around. But now one question I'll ask is, you guys as medics, I also have other friends who are doctors and you are seriously busy. I think bees are idle. You guys, you are busier than bees. How do you manage to build your business vis-a-vis being very busy in your professions? Yet you are already directors. You are able to climb up to director. How do you manage the two? I will start with Dr. Julia.
Thank you, PT. I have realized that one can be as busy as they want, or you can be as unbusy as you want. The choice is actually really yours. Doctors are really, really busy. They are busy, I can tell you that. But God has given us 24 hours in a day. The 8 hours you can be working and get as busy as you want as a bee. The other 8 hours, we are always asked to sleep so that you get good rest because you can't be productive if you are not restful. Now, the other remaining 8 hours, those are hours that are not accounted for. You find that most of the 8 hours are wasted, either in watching movies or doing things that really don't add any single cent to your pockets. So if you manage that time well, and you decide that you want to give Neolife even just 2 hours, you will make it. And now me, I think I'm at an advantaged position because the patients who come into my clinic, you don't go out without hearing a word or two about Neolife product. And you find that if you, in fact, sell yourself before you can sell the products to the clients who come in, as in when they come, you will attend to them, but always there's always a parting shot about something about Neolife. And if you keep doing that, you'll find that the times they just mingle. I don't know whether that is the right word to use. Because when you get excited about this business the way I am excited, it is something that just comes out of your mouth automatically. So nobody should give an excuse that I'm so busy, I'll not get time to do this, because this business ideally is just talking to people. And I haven't seen any one person who goes out and leaves their mouth behind. You are always with your mouth and you can talk to people. And when you talk to people, they get to use the products, and the products of Neolife are so wonderful that when somebody uses it, that same person will bring another person. Thank you. Back to you, PT.
Thank you. Dr. Malusi, you could perhaps have something to add on to what Dr. Julia has said. From when I met you, you were too busy, and there are some days that we could not even be able to meet. Would you respond to the same question, how you manage this business and you are still practicing? Unmute yourself. Dr. Malusi, unmute yourself. Dr. Malusi, you are on mute still.
Sorry. Yes, thank you very much, PT. I concur with Dr. Julia that doctors are busy, but you can always schedule yourself. As she said, you find that there are some wasted hours. As much as I'm very busy with the consultation, and also the area of my practice is quite involving, because there are several factors that you have to consider. What has assisted me is, one, having a schedule, a daily schedule, to know what do I do at what time. And within that, I scale in at least 2 hours, or between 1.5 to 2 hours for the Neolife business. Most of my clients, they come with issues on reproduction, and I also use that opportunity tell them that yes, we are going to do the conventional way, but also there are some other natural ways that you can be assisted should this one not result very positively. But I will do all what I'm able to do to assist you. So it's an issue of planning yourself, having your strategy well, and then knowing what to do at what time. I would therefore want to say nobody is too busy to gain money. I think if you need to be busy, you should be busy looking for money and getting that money. And this one is an opportunity that Neolife really provides very well, because it's an issue of talking to people and also using the products. In fact, even in my drawer, I have some of these products with me, particularly those which are not so much related to medicine, things like the home care products, which anybody can use. The doctors will need to use them, and any professional would need to use them. So the issue here is well-tabulated time management. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Now, we have very many different products. You've mentioned some of the products that you love, likes of home care. But maybe to ask on my own behalf and on behalf of all the participants, do you have buyers to certain products? Which are your favorite products as a medic? Simon, go first.
I hope the question. Okay. As I mentioned, I think in the house we are two, me and my wife, and I've noted that my most embraced products are two: the healthcare, herbal, particularly where we have the aloe vera juice. I like it for strength and also to keep me alert all through. And again, the masculine. This is very important not just because of the viability of male factor, but also to the issue of prevention of the common male challenges in regard to cancer, particularly the prostate cancer. So I find the herbal quite good, and then the home care. And fortunately, my wife, she's very fond of the skincare. So you find she uses more of the skincare than I do. I think like all men who don't mind so much about their skin. But now she's becoming conscientious because I've also started using them and I've seen some changes. Sometimes when I talk to my clients, they tend to ask me, have you retired at 60? And I tell them, yes. They tell me, no, you look like you are just around 40 something. And I tell them it is not me. It is the new life products because they work. So in our house, those three categories are really used all around. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Julia, you mentioned that when people visit you, they don't go without a word about the products. Do you have specific products that you challenge them to take, Dr. Julia?
Yes. Actually, the product that I love most, other than the Golden Home Care, is the ProVitality. When you talk to these patients and clients, you realize that 3/4 of them, their triangle is upside down. It is looking down. Imesimama na kichwa, if you hear that language. So ProVitality is a very wonderful product because when you've taken it, number one, it turns your triangle right side up. Number two, you take a sachet of ProVitality in the morning and it's like you've taken a full meal. You just good to go. And the second product I love most is the Neolife Shake, because in your busy schedule, you just shake a glass and take, you are good to go. That is when you had taken a ProVitality in the morning. Then if you come home so tired and you just take something light, you take your Calmag, you'll have a good sleep and you'll rest enough in the night. So the three products I prefer most is the Neolife Shake, ProVitality, and chelated Calmag. Thank you.
All right. That's clear, and we appreciate that. Now, the next question is a very technical one. And I know it will benefit all the audience, all the participants here. From my 10 years experience with the Neolife, I have found doctors to be a bit hesitant to accept this opportunity. And I've also heard some people say, you know, my doctor told me not to use anything else, those supplements, other than the medicine that he gave me. Now, Dr. Malusi Simon, what is your advice on the issue of doctors being hesitant to embrace this opportunity or discouraging us from taking supplements, yet we know and we are convinced that they work very well? What would you advise us? Dr.
Yeah,
Malusi.
thank you. I think that's a very pertinent question as it regards the professionals. I think it may not only be the doctors, because these days are the days when everybody is exposed to materials for studies and so forth. And also doctors, particularly being scientists in their nature of work, they will not want just to hear. There are people who are more of practical. What has this particular product done, and so on. So my advice is that for those people on call, first of all, do not argue so much with the professionals. Listen to what they say. And then you also put yourself in their shoes. You say, yes, that is also what I thought until I joined, and this is what I have gained after joining. The other thing that would help you is to have the brochures, because like a number of doctors who try to tell me, hey, daktari, wewe umeenda kwa mitishamba. I tell them, no, it's not mitishamba. These are products which are scientifically proved and they are natural. The other aspect, particularly for the professionals and the doctors, we all know that the conventional medication, including even Panadols, they have side effects. So the way of approach, apart from giving the brochures, which give the story and the effect and the contents of the product, is also good. You use this aspect of what you have used and how it has assisted you. As Julia said, when you have used the products, and then you also talk to them on the regard of the side effects that every drug has, they will really understand that language. And when you mention also who headed the scientific board for this product, that is Dr. Arthur Fast. They all know, most of the doctors, even the young ones who are coming on board, they know that he is the father of the chemotherapy. So when you use those live and non-practical examples and you quote them after listening, then you also need to emphasize the fact that the supplements or the products that we are using, they are not chemicals, they are food. Who doesn't take food? Who does, what is wrong with the taking kideri? Don't we take kideri together with the medicines? And don't we take ugali together with the augmentin and the rest? So I think here is an issue of trying to explain the nature of the products that we have, and also the fact that they do not have side effects. And finally, that they are scientifically proved and they are natural. I think with that approach and the literature that we have from the brochures, I have managed to convince a few of those people who don't seem to embrace the products. Thank you.
Thank you. That's quite rich information, and we know better how to talk to our friends who are medics. And now, Julia, as you respond to the same question, I would request that you also go in this direction. The last time you talked to us, you challenged us that we should also take responsibility of our health, other than giving the whole responsibility to the doctors. I don't know whether you'd want to elaborate on that as you respond to the same question, Dr. Julia.
Yes. Now, with the same questions, just like Dr. Reverend Malusia said, why medics don't embrace a product so much? Number one, that is what science taught us. Science believes in what they have researched, and anything called product, according to them, ni mitishamba, like Dr. Malusia said. And in college, as we were training, we were always told when you are taking medicine, if you take anything else, they will interact. Interacting as in zinagongana pale ndani, so maybe one could be hindering the absorption of the conventional drugs. But that is not true, because our products are based in nature, backed by science, by the Scientific Advisory Board. Now, when I came to Neolife, I also believed in the same, because that is what I was taught. And I came to realize that the Neolife products, why they make people even heal about these chronic diseases that the hospitals don't treat actually. The hospitals just manage you, the chronic diseases. You know, our life begins at cellular level. So the cells form tissues and tissues form organs. The organs give you a system and the system is the body. And if you look at our products, they start working from the cellular level. They detox the cell, they nourish the cells, they repair the cells, giving you health. So if you are having a challenge that you have and you are given the products and the doctor is also giving you those conventional medicines that Dr. Malusi has told us very clearly that have side effects, actually the truth is that our hospital drugs have side effects, no matter how little it is. If you use the products and you started taking yourself at cellular level, you are going to be very healthy. And that is why in your life, you'll find 3/4 of the diseases heal. Then number two, and this is not one of those good things to mention, but it is some truth anyway. I have realized that most doctors, even the very qualified doctors, those high-level doctors, most of them know about the products, but they will not let you use it because we fear driving ourselves out of business. A doctor knows if you use Neolife product because 3/4 of doctors have realized, I'm usually very curious and I've done my research. And I've realized 3/4 of our doctors use Neolife products, but they will not tell them to a patient or a client. Because, you know, if you all heal, we are out of business. Now, you yourself, if you use the products at the doctor, and then you know what you are feeling, I don't think it will be difficult to explain it to patients why they should not take the products. And when you go to a doctor and you've gone for consultation, you have a condition, and the doctor tells you don't, and the don'ts and the do's, really it's not good to argue because you know he's the doctor or she's the doctor. But if somebody has talked to you about the products and they have even explained to you it is from a scientific advisory board, meaning they have been researched in a lab and quantified to be qualified to be able to help you. Sometimes you will want to take your products and let the doctor see how fast you are healing. And when eventually they get you out of the wood very fast, you can now tell them, this is what I've been using. Because usually when you tell a doctor this is what you're using, they will tell you no. And now patients, you know, daktari akisema ni hivyo. So I think what we need to do is explain this very well to our patients so that they get to understand. And I am hoping against hopes that one day the doctors will see the light and help these patients who need help like yesterday. Thank you.
Wow, amazing session there. Thank you very much for that input. I think what we are agreeing here is that we should never tell people to abandon the medication that they have been given by doctors. But on the other hand, we must really allow the products to play their role, and the two don't interfere with each other. Unfortunately, if a doctor is not for the idea, they may not really encourage you to buy that. And at that juncture, I would want to appreciate even other doctors who are on this call. I've just seen Dr. Anne Mogai, and for sure, she has even been, recommending these products, and people come with big issues and they are good to go. So we really appreciate all the doctors who are on this call. And as we wind up, I want to ask Dr. Malusi and then Dr. Julia to give us a closing remark. And at the same time, you can pick the questions on the chat, a few of them, and you see which ones you can respond to. So Dr. Malusi, you can take it first, closing remark.
Yeah, thank you very much, PT. As we close that session, I think my take home is that let us embrace the products and also the opportunity of new life, because it will take care of our health. When you go into the opportunity and embrace it as a business, then your pocket will also become healthy. And finally, when you combine this, that you are using the products and you have also brought in, you have told many other people about the opportunity, you are not only helping yourself, but you are spreading health to everybody. And I think there is nothing as good as touching as many people as possible. And when you have embraced both the health and the wealth, then the lifestyle will come and you will live an enjoyable life. That is you yourself becoming healthier and happier all through, as we make the whole world healthier and happier. So let's embrace these products. Let's embrace the opportunity, because I've seen it also provides what I'm calling a time freedom and a financial freedom, two aspects that are very vital and important in life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful, Dr. Malusi. Dr. Julia, your closing remark.
Thank you so much. For all the guests who are on call tonight and the distributors, new and old, first of all, we must know that in New Life, we are in a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place to live. And we should always all know that New Life, we are not in the sickness industry. We are in the wellness industry. That means if you are not yet sick, you don't have a challenge. Maybe you are young and you feel I don't need the products because I'm still young. No, you need them because I said life begins at cellular level. So start taking the products to prevent diseases from attacking your cells. There are so many other products that you can use to put a fence around you so that nothing attacks you in form of sickness. That means our products don't replace a doctor's prescription, but they make a doctor's prescription work faster and better. Thank you.
Wow, very good. That was a wonderful session. And to be fair to the participants, if you have picked any question, Dr. Malusi, Dr. Julia on the chats, you could maybe take 1 minute each and respond to them.
Yeah, I think I can see two questions here. One is concerning HIV. And HIV is really nothing but a syndrome that comes due to depleted immunity. Because when we were calling it AIDS, that is autoimmune deficiency, that deficiency is coming because of not using or not having the right boosters for our immunity. And in a new life, there is a lot to do with the immunity. And I think particularly this time, when we are on COVID-19, you can use those products. These are products like carotenoid, use the products like zinc, which is very, very important for the inflammation. And also you will need to use the vitamin C. If you have checked on the medication for HIV, most of them are the immune boosting, and also some antibiotics to prevent what we call opportunistic infections. And for new life, garlic plays that part of being acting like any antibiotic. So I think those would be very preferable. Obviously, you'll need to start with the Trenen or Provitality, which would start working on the cellular part and allowing all those other supplements. There is also a question on full motion, and we have specific rangings or specific products for specific conditions. And I think the full motion is more associated with joint pains and so on. However, I don't think it would do harm when you use it, but there are some preferable supplements for the high blood pressure. Things like the salmon oil, which will even dilute and emulsify the fats that clog the veins. Also, lipotropic. Those are some of the recommended supplements. But also from a practical point of view, I've seen you can take all these products because there is no harm that is caused by any of them, so long as your pocket is able. And in fact, me, I'm not sick as we talk. And I have with me quite a number of what I'm using, particularly because of the corona prevention. I have Trenen, which I'm taking. I also have carotenoid, and I also have vitamin C. I have zinc, which is very important for inflammation, and I also have Calmac. So I don't think there is any antagonism. That is the product. They do not destroy the strength of each other. So you can still use, but for any given condition, there are also some recommended products. Thank you.
Amazing. And it's also very encouraging to see that you are not just talking about what should be used. You are literally using the products, and for sure we can see even the face. So we really appreciate that. I know there could be 2-3 other questions that have not been addressed, but you'll allow us to deliberately allow the leaders to perhaps pick them and through our WhatsApp groups address them so that we can stop this session at this. I know it's getting sweeter and sweeter, but this is not the last, it's just the first. So we'll be calling upon these doctors and many others in the team to be doing more of this session. So I want to really thank Dr. Simon Malusi and Dr. Julia for your time, besides being very busy. So we may have to stop this at that. Thank you very much for your input. It will go a long way in helping us to make the world a healthier and a happier place. So thank you so much.